Alright, so we're going to review Nolan's narrative, part one. Starting with the first question, does the artist generally understand the requirements? I would say that they understand the requirements of the project and executed it uh, fairly well just by looking at, um, just opening it up. This was the first one that caught my eye. Um, Second question, how effectively has the artist used the elements and principles of design slash photography to compose the images? They use a lot of emphasis on some of the characters, which I think adds a lot to the project. They also changed the light, so like this picture is um, light on the table, but you have darkness in the background, which gives it more emphasis on the character. Uh, what are the images about? What story is the artist trying to tell? So from this, I believe that the images are showing a scene of everyday life. So you're starting from pictures of the town that people are living in, and then you move on and there's like little in-depth things like this is like a love story, and you move again and then people are just going about their days, and then the further that you go, um, you see this, and this is where the story kind of begins. It seems that there's like an enemy, and the enemy with the town in the background is one of my favorite pictures in this. That leads to the next question: other particular image within the portfolio that stand out best and why? This was definitely one of my favorites, just because it adds emphasis on um, the bad person, and then you have like the town that was living all happily in the beginning, and knowing the story, this created a lot of suspense and was a very good touch to the project. Moving on, are there particular images within the portfolio that stand out as weak or needing improvement? Um, there are a couple of blurry pictures with emphasis on absolutely nothing. So I think that was just kind of like, it was just like an accidental shot of like your focus wasn't correct or something happened in the mix-up with the camera, which wasn't necessarily your fault. Lastly, what things could the artist do to improve the images and enhance the narrative qualities of the image? I think the narrative was overall really done really well, and the improvements would just come with uh, creating this. The story was really well. I just think not being in too much of a rush and creating little scenes really helped you out in this. I don't see too many improvements that need to be done except for the blurriness, but that was really just like one or two pictures. So overall, it was really great. Some things in the background you might want to make sure that like nothing in the background is going to be weirdly showing. Like this was just, you could have like a sheet, put up a sheet or something and maybe block that out. But overall, it was a really good project.